when I got signed, the same day I got signed, my mother called me over. I went over and she told me she was diagnosed with cancer. And I'm rushing to tell her, yo, I got a record deal. You know, I'm gonna change my life. And she tells me, yo, I got cancer. She used to smoke a lot of cigarettes. So I remember going to the doctor and the doctor telling us so the doctor was like, yo, if this was my mother, I would just send her home and spend whatever couple of months I got. I was only like 19, 18. It was crazy to me, right?
Yeah,
but then we asked the doc.
About that.
Yeah, we asked the doc, yo, doc, what's her chances? Doc, what's the chances? And the doc said, yo, after chemo, after this and that, she got like a 1% chance. And my mom's looked at me and said, you heard him, Joe? He said, we got a chance. We got 1%. We the 1%. We got a chance. So he went to the hospital. She did an operation. Her shit was this big because they cut her from here to here. She had to talk. But she lasted maybe 40 years after that operation, thank God.
Bless.
But my moral to the story is, remember that $50,000 check? My mom's, they wouldn't let family spend the night with her, so my mom's was scared to spend the night by herself. So at least 40,000 of the 50,000 I had to pay a registered nurse. At that time, it was expensive like now. Like it was, you know, like $1,500 a night or some shit. So I only had 10 G's left. And that was only enough to pay for the studio. And then Diamond did me the favor. Whoever worked on the album pretty much did the beats for free. And I remember I ran out of money to mix the album, and shout out to the Beatnuts, Juju and Les. They actually mixed my album for free. They mixed the album, you know, to look out for me. So I'm always forever indebted to the Beatnuts. But that you know, that's the type of shit we was doing back in them days. And then we had some guys, Messages of Funk, that was around too, signed Relativity. They was good brothers too. And shit wasn't easy, man. And the money's different, right? So let's go to that.
Dramatically different.
No, the money's different. So you go, Magic Johnson, just so y'all could understand, youth, or anybody's watching, Magic Johnson made $1 million and they put him on Time Magazine, Sports Illustrated, everything. It was $1 million a year. Now you got the bummiest guy in the world on the bench for $97 million. And guys are saying, is Greek Freak coming, or he's going to stay over there and get the max and get 300-something million? The money was different. So Flojo went #1 in the country, but I was only getting $500 a show. So I'm doing Yonkers, Staten Island, and the Fever, $1,500 on a Friday. Saturday, I'm doing VA, North Carolina, DC. Bang, bang, bang. Like flying, like trying to kill myself to come back with a little $1,500 a night. And so this is the difference with the money. So no matter how popping you was, it wasn't no money at the time. So you thinking like, boom. And I go from, you know, I literally was selling drugs. So I took I don't know if y'all truly understand, like I changed my life like Cinderella, but I was making a lot of money to like hustle for $1,500. Like, and I had to stay the course. So you have to understand, if you're gonna change your life, youth, and you're gonna get into the rap game and you ain't making that kind of money yet, or whatever the case may be, you gotta stay the course. Because I could have easily said, yo, let me go sell drugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get
or let me stick somebody up. Like guys kept coming to me like, you know, I used to stick people up. So that, you know, I stuck everything up to supermarkets, drug dealers, everything you can name. Oh. So guys would come up to me and be like, yo, we got a lick. You know what I'm saying? We got a dude, he got a couple of hundred.
That out.
You know what I'm saying? I even was offered, you know, no,
crazy, dog. You crazy.
No, I'm telling you the truth. Like they would be like, yo, we got the lick. And then they pull it off and come around with the new Benzes. Yo, crack, we try to tell you we had the lick. I'm already Flojo.
Well, look how ill that is, your transition from that to that. Because we had to buy a brick We had the copper bird with our advance. 3 dudes, the advance was only enough for
So you got the deal, and then when it
when we got our first deal and the money cleared, we copped a brick and sent it to Baltimore.
There was always rumors of that.
I mean, that's
You know
real.
what I'm saying?
That's as real as it.
So instead of you caught the deal and you thought you was going legit, you went the other way.
It was 3 of us. That was a illegitimate thing to do at the time. To get a real advance, that wasn't enough. Know what I mean? It's 3 of us. We splitting everything down the middle, 33 and a third.
Man, I had to do so much. So my reputation on the street was straight violence, right? And I came in this game and tried to become the pussiest guy in the game because I already knew people were scared to deal with me because they thinking I'm like a New York Suge Knight. And the stories was going, so I was trying my best to be the nicest guy in the world. Like I'm trying to convince people, yo, I'm a good guy. Don't listen to what people are saying.
Look at this. Did you ever have some? This is back since we on the train.
No, we
you
doing
had something. Did you ever have an altercation in Mount Vernon? Back in the day, because we had a show. We was supposed to have a show, the Young Lot, whatever we was, and we got arrested. But we heard before that, y'all had some type of fight or something happened in Mount Vernon.
Let's talk about the original, right? That Mount Vernon show, Mount Vernon showed me what I could do and couldn't do. So I was very young and I was very crew-oriented.
Shout out to the vet,
right?
No doubt.
And these guys were dangerous guys. Like the terror squad from day one was very dangerous. I don't have to elaborate. I'm telling you, this is not a game. Everybody was like 7:30 and I would take them to my original shows. Mount Vernon's one of the first shows I ever did. And I used to look up to Mount Vernon because Heavy D's one of my idols. So Money Earning Mount Vernon.
Rest in peace.
But these guys went and started beating up the fans. So sometimes you bring the wrong hood with you, they'll beat up your fans. And so they start stomping out the fans.
Oh, man.
And that's when I realized, I said, yo, I cannot bring these guys. So if somebody grabbing me like, yo, you got a flow, Joe? The flow Joe was #1 is what I'm trying to tell you. I did Yonkers, I did Mount Vernon, I did every movie theater you could think of.
Yo.
Now, I'm telling you, like, you know, they used to have a little movie theater. Flow Joe was ringing, nigga. Thanksgiving night, sold out, lines around the block for Flow Joe. But these guys would fight the fans. And so I'd be like, all right, Ski, recipe. I'd be like, Ski, you can't come. Such and such, you can't come. And everybody started getting mad at me. I was like, yo, you're beating up the fans. This ain't like the enemy, somebody who wants to beat me up. Somebody was like, you're swinging on the fans. And so that's crazy. It reminds me of, they had some shit. I don't know who the young boy is, but there's a young boy that was really, really popping. What's his name? Naldo something. He beat up the fan. They put him in a coma or something. So sometimes you really gotta reframe again. But yeah, Mount Vernon, yes.
All right. No, I was one. We never made it to we got arrested in the alley. We didn't even make it to wherever we were supposed to perform at.
So you got there and they picked you up. Yeah, you know it's always your hometown.
Something happened. Yeah. So we walking and it just came with a bus and shackles and mad cop cars. We was in Mount Vernon City Jail. We all got arrested. We didn't even make it to the show.
Shout out to Mount Vernon, man. Money Earning Mount Vernon. They put out, Mount Vernon was the Beverly Hills of black people in America at one time. Malcolm X lived in one house. Stephanie Mills
Freddie
lives in
Myers,
one.
New York Freddie lived up there.
Your girl, Nina Simone. It was like, you know how you, like, Mount Vernon was like, if anybody black had real money.
It was up there, right?
I'm talking about Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Nina Simone. Stephanie Mills while she's running around with fucking Michael Jackson. Like the biggest royalty, they was in Mount Vernon.
Still.
You know what I'm saying? So Mount Vernon was really, really a stretch of like wealth.
Captain Lou Albano's from Mount Vernon.
Captain Lou Albano.
Rest in peace, Captain Lou.
Yo, Captain Lou Albano. You remember him in what was that? The Madonna video?
Yeah.
Girls, Cyndi Lauper. Girls, they want to have fun. Oh, girls.
He had a big cameo in that video.
He was her dad.
Yeah.
He was trying to stop her.
Captain Lou.
You know that song is...
Yeah, that's one of them ones.
That's a legendary. To this day, girls want to have fun. Nah, it's... Yo, to this day, that's a legendary. That one aged well.